If you are an artist or a creative, and if you have got to this point where you feel somewhat uninspired, or you may be feeling untethered, you may be feeling just simply unfocused, maybe that you're simply not kind of making it. If you feel like there may be something more to all this, then it's very, very possible that something very profound is happening to you. And there's something very powerful in terms of your instincts is telling you something. And as creatives, as artists, we have this incredible gift to read the world around us, to observe the world around us, and to kind of embody it and to subconsciously process it in ways that many other people can't. We are very intuitive to things like bullshit. We are a constant radar for stuff, and we are constantly told in culture that when we feel certain things, we are to simply suppress them. We are simply to carry on in the ways and means that we've been kind of brought up to carry on, to process, to walk and to journey through our worlds. But in doing this, what we also do is we just start to not listen to ourselves as creatives, and very quickly we can get wrapped up in this process of just going round and round in circles on a kind of rat wheel, producing stuff, creating stuff, trying to sell stuff, and ultimately trying to convert our creative superpowers into an income. And of course, that's not necessarily a bad thing, and I don't argue against doing this. But what I am saying is that it's very possible that if you are feeling all of these things that I mentioned at the beginning, then you're suppressing something. Then you're not really allowing your full creative power, your potential, the profound power that you have as a rare species, the profound power to let yourself be and express and create on the depth that you actually are designed to create at. So this message today is all about listening to those instincts and to just stop for a minute and just think about what you are doing as a creative or an artist, what you are doing day to day, and what is the deeper purpose of what it is that you're trying to do. And with many of the people I speak to and many of my peers that have been through and in the art world, through this kind of journey of the artist or the creative, what we're all inadvertently forced to do in one way or another is convert our creativity into an income. And that's fine. But the ways in which culture wants us to do that, the forces which are kind of pushed down on us, the tools which are given to us, the messaging which is ingrained in us through our upbringing and through our careers, doesn't necessarily align very well to the depth and the profanity of our creative potential. So if you're feeling any of these things, if you're feeling suppressed, uninspired, if you're just feeling boxed in, like this is not enough, like you're really just swimming in the shallows, like you haven't got to the place that you're trying to get to or that you internally feel you ought to be at, then this is very likely what's going on. There's so much more that I'm going to say about this. I want to expose in a positive way the truths of what is really happening to you and what's happening to us as creatives in this world as it stands. There's an awful lot of incredibly bizarre, profound and extraordinary events going on at the moment, and we as a civilization, whether you like it or not, are going through a profound transformation. We were gifted at this very moment, and this very unique and extraordinary moment in time, this profound potential to interconnect, to connect to anybody on the planet who's online. But simultaneously, we've also been given this profound potential to be completely consumed in information, with other people's messages, with everybody telling us that we ought to do this, we ought to do that, and with reinforcement of certain messages. We are now saturated in stuff. And so for us, as creatives, as artists, and intuitive human beings who are very sensitive to the overwhelm, to the forces, to the frequencies of what's going on, we, in many ways, are most susceptible to feeling crushed under these invisible and inadvertent forces. So my job here is to shine a light on this. As somebody that's kind of been through 30 years in creative industries, in the art world, in various guises, in various forms, in various shapes and sizes, I have kind of shape-shifted my way through the art world and through the creative industries. I've failed many, many times. There's very few things which I could call an absolute success. But I've seen the world pre-internet, and I've seen the world mid-internet, and I see, having worked with hundreds of artists and creatives, I see the way in which these forces are having an impact on people like us. And so now what I want to do is to start creating that space around that narrative so that we can talk and communicate and find ways to better use our skills in this time to what I believe will be a very profound outcome. If we creatives and artists can retool and reuse our creativity for the uses in which I believe we were given them, then our power, our potential for meaningful change in the world is limitless. And this is where I want to take you. So if this message resonates, if you're feeling these things deep down, if there's some sort of niggle that something's not right, then I'd love you to keep in touch with the things that we're about to talk about. Okay, please join the channel, like and subscribe. Please comment, because this is all about a community of people who are creating the dialogue around these subjects. We're giving ourselves permission to communicate and talk about these things in an unadulterated way, with no judgment. We can talk about our fears, we can talk about our failures with a degree of celebration. And this is how we're going to progress. This is the way in which we as creatives move forward. We can't really continue playing in the shallows of the paradigms that most of us now feel locked into. We have to kind of break out of that, and now we have to go deeper. This is the way forward. Okay, have a great day and keep in touch.